So, testing went well. So today, first official day of training, it was quadrathlon testing. Basically testing where your current level is at, and we did a couple of things: a 30-meter sprint, standing broad jump, triple standing broad jump. So it's like kind of like bounding three broad jumps, yeah. And then overhead shot put toss. So like you take the shot put ball and you throw it like that behind you. Anyways, so let's start from the very beginning. 30-meter sprint. I was using the new shoe that they gave. The carbon plated running shoes, because we were not allowed to use spikes and we were not allowed to use blocks. So how this worked is that there were like laser sensors that went all the way 30 meters down. Right, so there was like one at 10 meters, one at 20 meters, one at 30 meters. And then the moment you move from your 3-point start, they will capture it. So the first run I did it, I went like third in Q, which was okay, and I was feeling pretty pumped. I did my standard RI warm-up, so not the IMG warm-up, but the normal one. Anyways, that went really well. Like previously, I think from blocks, my block start and spikes, I was hitting around 4.2 seconds, 4.1 seconds on a good day. For some reason, I hit 3.81 seconds. No blocks, no spikes, just flats and a 3-point start. And it didn't feel my fastest yet. I felt like my leg was kind of lacking behind. I didn't get the fast recovery of the leg that I usually get. So I think I could have gotten better. Maybe a sub 3.8 second, 30 meters. But anyways, it's electronic time because it's a laser sensor and all that, but there's no reaction time. So it'll just go whenever you want and they'll record it. Funnily enough, multiple people, I was one of the faster ones, I think. Most people were around the 3.9 to 4 second mark. 3.81 I think puts me top 8 or something, somewhere around there. I'll check later, but I think it's definitely around top 8, top 7 maybe. Anyways, the fastest was like, I think close to 3.5. It was close to 3.5. It could have been just 3.6 seconds, like flat on 3.6. Anyways, so I did really well. I smashed my expectations. I fully expected like a 4 second or like a 4.1, and I got a 3.81. So that's huge. And then we lined up for the triple broad jump. And then lightning alert kicked in. We went inside for like 30 minutes. I basically cooled down, but not really. I tried to not cool down, but it's kind of inevitable when it's freaking like 30 minutes. Anyways, so for the triple broad jump, I went out there and then I did a bit of like, warm-ups, whatever. First jump was, I think, around 8.91 meters, which is pretty okay. I think I've done this in the past, this kind of testing, and my triple broad jump was about 8.7, so the 8.9 was like a big improvement. Then out of the blue, my second jump, maybe it's because I was more warmed up or whatever, I did a 9.39 meters, which is an average of 3.13 meters per jump, which is a massive personal best, and I'm pretty impressed that I was able to do it, and I'm proud of myself for that. And then we switched over to the shot put overhand throw. Now here's where the controversy kicks in, because I threw really far. I threw 13.51 meters back like that. However, most people, and this includes the throwers, threw less than me. There was one person that threw more than me, and he threw 14 meters, like 14.01, I think, around the 14 mark. But everyone else, including the throwers and the buff guys and whatever, they threw like 12 something or 11 something. So people have been calling me a cheater and said that I used the girl shot put, because we were supposed to use the 5 kg and the girls is like 4 kg, I think. So they think that I used the 4 kg instead of the 5 kg. And I myself, I don't know how 5 kg feels like. I never use 5 kg, like I never throw 5 kg or whatever. But I can say that when I went to get the balls to throw, because the girls shot put and the boy shot put are like next to each other, I picked the bigger one. So there were 2 girl shot puts and there was 1 guy shot put, and I swear, okay, I swear I took the bigger one. So if that turned out to be a 4 kg, then it's my bad and I shouldn't have thrown 13.51. But I did throw 13.51, and it's mainly because this ball toss was about your hips, right? Your hips projecting forward, your hips squeeze your glutes, explode outwards. And I think I was able to do that pretty well, but most people don't know how to do it, so they didn't do as well. And again, if I threw the 4 kg instead of the 5 kg, it is my fault. But I picked the bigger shot put, and I assumed that was the 5 kg. So 13.51, massive result across the team. Probably was the second best. Yeah, I checked. It was the second best. And moving on to standing broad jump. Now my standing broad jump PB is around 2.91 meters, and I smashed that with a 3.02 jump. First jump 3.02. Now I'm really happy with that, but I do feel like if my hip projection was better, I could have done like 3.05. I didn't feel like that was my best possible jump, but I'm really happy with that. That's a big improvement. I've officially crossed the 3 meter mark, and then the second time I ran it, I jumped it. I mean, I did 3.01, so that's consistent. Same for my 30 meters. The first time I did 3.81, and the second time I did 3.91, and that one I slipped a bit on the start. Anyways, that's it for the quadrathlon. My results, I'll just put my results on the screen right now here somewhere. I ended up placing second out of every guy in the team, and I lost to the first place person by 3 points. Yeah, and he was 3 points away from the record. Anyways, it was a great training today. I can't wait for official training to actually take place. So that's all that is for today. I've had a wonderful day. See you guys tomorrow.